folk, but I think folk is it's definitely changing and evolving. From the old storyteller in the pub with a pint of Guinness, telling stories of Cuchulainn and the children of Lear, and I definitely think the singer-songwriters, the poets, the painters are interacting with the general public, listening to stories from people on the ground and transform it into lyrics and poetry and song, and projecting it through their performances or through paintings or writing. And folk is definitely evolving into a different format. In 2010 I created a perfume. I wanted to create a smell of our country at the time. 2008 was when the recession hit, and a lot of truths came out about our country and what goes on behind closed doors, and I wanted to basically put the smell of Ireland in a bottle. So at the time, you know, crime was on the rise, so I basically made an intoxicating, horrible smell and bottled it, and then I made a box, a perfume box, to make it look like something very presentable and beautiful. But then when you open the bottle, it was a smell of, you know, shit basically, or a sewer. And basically I wrote on the box for the ingredients would be corruption, bribery, greed, rape, murder, theft, abuse, genocide, war, terrorism, racism, discrimination, slavery, fraud, pollution, blackmail. All of the above is currently going on in Ireland. And basically this was my direct reaction to what I was feeling was happening in my country and to the people of Ireland. So it was just me speaking out, you know, and that's it. If you lose the folk and all the artists and poets and writers, you lose I think the heart of a nation. So it's extremely important, you know. The way I look at it is that when a singer-songwriter sings and tells the story of folk people and, you know, places in Ireland, it's the melody of a nation. And when people like Jim Sheridan, you know, make films like My Left Foot, that would be the story of one person and the triumphs of one person of a country, and would be, you know, show the strengths of the Irish people. That's coming from one single person. And you know, the stories, and, you know, that you would hear from, you know, Maeve Binchy or Seamus Heaney and all these writers would be, you know, the imagination. Same goes for the painters, you know, it shows their, you know, imagination of a nation. So, you know, through the arts, you know, as I said before, painters, poets, they interact with the general public, and then they take their inspiration from the general public, and they project what they hear and see onto canvases or into song, play it on a guitar. And that's what I think, you know, where folk is at the moment, and it's extremely important. Look, Ireland as a nation is known for its storytelling, our writers, Yeats. So if we dilute our artists and singers and bands, we basically be left with just, you know, a nation that wouldn't really have a voice, I think.